simplicity in the payment checkout experience is at the very center of how merchants can increase their revenue in e-commerce. And this is why we're paying so much attention to it. This is why we're moving towards these one-click checkout experiences that really resonate with consumers and provide very tangible benefits to merchants. So this was a fascinating report. We surveyed around 2,000 consumers across the GCC to explore how they were finding their online shopping experiences and what were the main frictions when it came to interacting with merchants, and particularly at the checkout and payment experience. And what we found is a number of really interesting insights. So firstly, consumers really care about security. There was around 60% of consumers who said this is their top concern during the checkout experience. The second really interesting finding was and this is kind of intuitive to many of us, they really look forward to a one-click checkout experience. The simpler you can make it for them, the more likely they are to purchase. And the final element is incorporating biometrics into that checkout experience, making it really seamless, was another theme that came out very strongly from the survey. There is an incredible statistic that again came out from our recent survey that 70% of e-commerce shopping carts are abandoned. And this is a big challenge for merchants. 22% of those shopping carts that were abandoned have been abandoned because of frictions in the payment experience. And so simplicity in the payment checkout experience is at the very center of how merchants can increase their revenue in e-commerce. And this is why we're paying so much attention to it. This is why we're moving towards these one-click checkout experiences that really resonate with consumers and provide very tangible benefits to merchants. I think a final element of that is the security that can be implemented in a one checkout experience when you incorporate biometrics. As we have seen in many parts of the world, one-time passwords are a weak link in the digital e-commerce experience, and we're replacing these with biometric authentication across the Visa ecosystem to ensure that this is as secure and robust as can be possible. So fraud is an incredible challenge for everyone across the digital e-commerce experience. We invest heavily and have done, frankly, for decades in optimizing the risk management processes that we offer to the participants in the Visa ecosystem. Last year, for example, we blocked $40 billion worth of fraud. It's incredible. And this is savings which are feeding directly to merchants and other participants in the ecosystem. We have a suite of fraud protection solutions, which was called Visa Protect, which we've rolled out across our ecosystem. And that's the centerpiece of how we're making sure that Visa remains a safe and secure network for all of our participants. So as we talk about the challenges of fraud, one of the biggest sources of fraud and one of the challenges in the online digital payments ecosystem is around the authentication process. The internet was not designed to facilitate e-commerce, and so we've put in a series of workarounds, and one-time passwords are an important evolution which we've used for a number of years and have helped to maintain a secure network. But we're moving to the next level because what we're seeing is the bad actors becoming more and more sophisticated. We're seeing a lot of social engineering, scams and frauds involving one-time passwords. And we've been working very closely across the GCC and globally around how to remove one-time passwords. At the center of this is a couple of solutions that we're rolling out. One is called Click to Pay, which takes your payment credentials and includes these in an alias directory. So all you have to do when you check out is enter your mobile phone number and it pulls up all the different Visa cards that you may have, and you can select which one of those you want to use in the checkout experience. And we're combining that with something called Visa Payment Passkeys, which is using the biometric authentication on your mobile device to link a particular card credential in Click to Pay to the biometrics within your phone, so that every time you come to a Click to Pay enabled merchant, you just check out using your biometrics. So no more need for one-time passwords, which we think is a really important innovation for the ecosystem. So we're doing an awful lot of work across the ecosystems, particularly to implement Click to Pay and Visa Payment Passkeys. And this requires work from our issuers and from our merchants in the payment ecosystem. So issuers are working together with us to upload the credentials that they have, the 16-digit PANs, linked to the mobile number and the email address of those cardholders. So this goes into an alias directory, so that enables consumers when they go to checkout to enter in either their email or their mobile number and have all of their Visa credentials presented to them. A much more secure way of checking out. And we're working with the issuers to ensure that all their cards are enabled in this fashion. We're also working on the acquiring side with merchants and acquirers to incorporate this checkout experience into their e-commerce flows. And we have seen one of the GCC countries, Qatar, really take a lead in this. So on the banking side, Qatar National Bank and QIB have been real pioneers in this space, together with players on the merchant side, like Dipsy, for example, who's incorporated Visa Click to Pay and Visa Payment Passkeys into their checkout experiences. So now they have world-class checkout experiences that are conforming to all of these very high expectations that we're seeing from consumers and that came out in the recent survey that we did. It's really interesting because when you think about simplifying and optimizing the checkout experience, it's hard to imagine how can things get better than a one-click checkout experience. But they are getting better. And what we are seeing is the advent of the use of AI agents to perform the searching, the browsing, the selection of goods and services and experiences online, and those agents being able to perform the payment at the checkout experience. So not only is it a very simple checkout experience, you as a customer don't even have to do all of the current searching and browsing and selection that you're used to. So how exactly does this work? We're partnering with players like OpenAI and Perplexity, which have AI models where you can simply ask them, could you book a 3-day staycation for me in a foreign country? And they will open up a series of web browsers. You can use the OpenAI's operator that will search through the relevant flights for you to travel to, say, Georgia for a 3-day staycation. They will select what are the most appropriate flights. They will select the hotels which conform to the interests and the past hotel purchases that you've conducted. They will select the restaurants and the activities that your kids may be interested in. and come back with a highly tailored, highly personalized experience that saves you an enormous amount of time in searching and browsing for your ideal 3-day weekend away. And this is conducted entirely by an AI agent, and that payment experience has been optimized by ourselves. We did a product drop 2 months ago in San Francisco where we outlined the 5 AI-enabled APIs that enable these AI agents to facilitate payment checkouts in a seamless manner, allowing you to securely have your credential linked to an AI agent, allowing that credential to be authenticated in a way that ensures a seamless shopping checkout experience, allowing you to put controls over your AI agent. So you can say, how much are you willing for the AI agent to spend on your behalf? And then finally, personalization. So all the history of your Visa transactions previously in a fully anonymized fashion and with the full consent of yourself, if you wish, can be incorporated so that you have more tailored experiences when you're shopping through your AI agent. So this is really cutting edge stuff. This is taking the e-commerce experience to the next level and something we're super excited about as a network.